You knew that fall was in the air when the leaves were turning and you heard the sounds of the marching band for the first time. Our bands carried the school colors and were the face of the school and the community. One band even went on to become the face of Music City to the rest of the country.
When the band struck up down here at school, you could hear them all over the neighborhood. Of course, it was fall, you know, a lot of times, and the leaves were off the trees, so the sound would carry a lot further, but it brought everybody out.
I went to Dan Mills Elementary School, and I can remember being a second, third grade kid, and I could hear the band practice from 2 miles away, and it was like telling the whole community, it's football time.
The band was very popular. It was had an outstanding band. Our director was Mr. Gunner. The majorette was always beautiful, and the band always marched well. I often had an opportunity to watch them practice, and they were very, very impressive. And I can understand what those band members and what it meant to them, like what being a part of the athletic team meant to me.
We did not have a marching band. We had a drum, a bass drum, which we found in the school in an old locker area, because at one time Father Ryan did have a band, but we found a bass drum, and that became our band, and we took it to football games and basketball games. And I think part of my senior year, I got to beat the bass drum at football games, and that was really cool. I mean, boom. But that was the band. That was the entire band.
Cone had some great bands, and I know there was a big band competition going on between Lytton and Cone. Lytton had a band called the Marching 100.
The band was incredible. Without peer, we were the best. I don't think we were arrogant about it, but we just knew the sound was so strong, so loud, without sacrificing quality. And then the routines were just very snappy, very Army-like, military-like. Mr. Swore, Sammy Swore Sr., was the legendary band director. He was there for about 20 years. He was just excellent.
We did have a great band, and it was fun. It was always very special when they would play the alma mater out on the football field, to me, or in the auditorium. We couldn't compete with that Lytton band. They were too good.
We saw the country. We went all over the country. And the first major trip was to Miami. Then after that was the Rose Parade, New Year's Day '64. There was just huge build-up in the media here locally for the band's trip out there. And we had been in the papers and on TV, and just unbelievable build-up. Well, when the band was to appear on camera, they cut to a Quaker Oats commercial. Missed it entirely. And it was quite an uproar. And again, stories in the paper and on the news, and it was, of course, we didn't know it out there at the time, but it was quite an uproar. A lot of angry people.